So guys, today we're going to start off the video by talking about one of our other inventory cars. It's not actually really in our inventory. Somebody actually bought it already, but this is a 1993 Suzuki K-Truck, carry truck, however you want to say it. It's super sick. This thing, what we're going to be doing to it is we're going to be putting a lift kit on it. We're going to be putting quad tires on it, and I think that's about it, but this thing has hella camber right now, but these are actually the quad tires that we're going to be putting on it. If Roberto would be so kind as to hold it straight up and down. There is like no room for it, so we're going to be putting a lift kit on it for this.
This thing is a 93, and it has AC, and it's automatic, and it's the most comfortable damn little truck I've ever driven in my life. You might see Roberto with one of these soon.
So,
I'm not gonna lie.
Like he just said, this one is actually an automatic carry truck, and it does have AC. What year did they start making these things with AC?
I believe it was 93. I think this was like the first. I mean, I haven't found any pre-93s with AC.
So, there you go. You heard it here first. In Japan, these things are used from everything from carrying the tofu to just daily driving and just an all-around little utility work vehicle. So, as you can tell in these things are definitely used for what they're specified for. Formats are in good shape and stuff, but these things are just awesome. You can get these things with these type of beds where the sides fold down. If you pop two of the things off over here, the sides will fold down like this, so that you can load things from the side, or you could actually get one with a dump bed where the whole bed lifts up and everything comes out the back, which we saw one of those at the port when we picked this one up, which is actually super cool. So if you guys would like to get a K-Truck, definitely go to the website or just call Horsepower Logic. Email us at horsepowerlogic.com, and we'll definitely get back to you, and you could have yourself a K-Truck with AC. Maybe if you want it manual, maybe you want it automatic. Either way, let's go do some Rudnick stuff. So guys, we're doing some Rudnick stuff now, and we're gonna do something really simple today. I'm gonna take a break from doing all the engine stuff. It seems simple until I started doing the back one, and I have to do a little bit of grinding. But I'm gonna switch out these lug studs here for the longer ones that Chris has. He's got a full set of long studs inside the car here from ARP, some ARP wheel studs, and then he has some VMS. I've never heard of this brand. It's a US brand though, so VMS lug nuts. So we're gonna install all these today. Make sure that his brakes are all set up the right way and everything is tight, because when I took this nut off on the other side, it literally just came right off. So we're going to tighten all these, put the lug studs on, and we're going to torque everything down and then hit the notches so that everything gets stuck in place and nothing will back off on them. So that's what we're going to do tonight, and let's just jump into it. First one, this is actually the front one. This is going to be the simplest one to do. You got the nice Willwood 6-piston caliper right here. I have to find a bungee cord to hang this up with right now, but these things are just going to pull right out the back, so we're just going to tap on these with a rubber mallet and just get all these out, and then we're going to pull all of the new studs through, and then we're going to put on the wheel, and we're going to put on the rotor, caliper, then we're going to put the wheel back on, and make sure Rudnick has his wheels in the right spot, because when he brought it here, he didn't have the tires on the right side of the car or in the right position. So yeah, we're going to do all that for him too.
All right, use good form. Remember what I taught you.
Yeah, don't with your back.
No, you lift with a twisty, jerky motion.
Yeah.
Now, when you hit it, you want to use mostly shoulder, and you want. Okay. We won't tell shoulder. Jesus, dude. I mean, the form's okay, but I think you should put a little bit more wumbo into it.
Hit it. See?
Oh, that's good. That's good.
At least I'm not Antoine. Hit it like
Bleep.
it's right, Marcus.
Bleep. All right, cut. Stop this. A Rudnick's car is all done. Check out those studs. Those things are massive. The studs are on. These are the ARP studs. And I tightened down the bolt and then I dimpled it so that it won't ever back off. Made sure that everything is tight except for this. This gets tightened down when you put the actual wheel on and it sits flush on there. But the caliper is all tight. The bracket's good. So now we're going to move on to the other side, and I'll show you guys just how to take this side off and how this bracket is held onto here. So actually, if you look at this one's a little loose, so we're going to actually go through, and there's an Allen key right there, and we're going to tighten that down. So that's it being loose right there. So we're going to tighten all that down for Chris, and we're just going to get this side all done. So guys, I just took this 6mm Allen key and it fits in there nice and snugly, and I just tightened that up. Now we're going to go onto the back side. This is a 17mm socket, and there's 2 bolts on the back just like a normal caliper. You're just going to go ahead and pop these off, and then you slide the caliper off, and then we'll be taking off the rotor. So we're going to do that really quick. So guys, this was a little bit of a process to get these in here. You have to basically pound the old ones out. So what I did was I turned it all the way to this one section in the back right here, and I just hit them all the way out, and then to get them back in, you kind of tap it a little bit to get it past the little edge there, and once it goes in, you hit it just into place. They make a tool for this thing that actually pull the studs through, but we also do not have the proper nut size to go on this, so I had to do it the old-fashioned way where you hit the nut, hit it to get it in. So I did that. I dimpled this so that this will never back off, and this is super tight now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the caliper back on. I'm going to tighten up this line for Chris. I need to spin this so that it actually goes into its proper spot, and then get the locker for it. And this whole back section should be all done. And then we'll move up to the front and finish up with the front one. So let's go ahead and put the rotor back on and then the caliper back on, and we'll be all set back here. Today is not anywhere near the way how I wanted today to plan out, but I had a fun day. I went, did some stuff, but Rudnick's car will be worked on tomorrow. We're gonna do a bunch of stuff tomorrow. I'm gonna get here nice and early, get the car basically ready to drive shaft. We have that now, so we're gonna put the drive shaft in, get a bunch of stuff done, finish tightening up a bunch of stuff. But really quick, Roberto's gonna go over what's on the purple GTR.
You asked for it.
So what do you got here?
All right, so I don't know if you showed it in the video, whatever, but this is like the horsepower logic recipe. It just made 450 on pump gas and 510 on 85.
That's awesome.
So the obvious stuff, Garrett 204Z turbo with the second to last smallest rear housing. It's a 71. I would have personally put a 63 in there because we would have made about the same power, a little faster, but that's okay. Full race manifold. Twin scroll, so we have 2 wastegates, one in the front, one in the back. And then the stuff you can't see. So we got a set of a Tomei 262 pond cams, intake and exhaust. We have a Tomei head gasket. We actually ended up having to redo the whole head on this because it ended up having 2 slightly bent valves from past life, I don't know. Either way, so heads were fully built. Tomei head gasket, ARP head studs. We went through and put some fuel injector 1200cc injectors, our fuel injector clinic 1200cc injectors, Tomei fuel pressure regulator, ready oil filter relocation kit, Walbro 450 fuel pump, Paultech plug and play, and here we are.
And then what was the other thing that we did inside? Stiffer valve springs, right?
Right. So this one, since we were rebuilding the head, we ended up putting in a set of Brian Crowler valve springs and retainers. We're not going to rev it because it is a factory oil pump, so there's a chance of damaging it. But in theory, this engine is good to rev to like 8,800, 9,000,
which is awesome.
Which is great, you know what I mean? And it's funny too because in the dyno, like once it redlined, it was still asking for more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's good to know that you have the option.
Exactly. So guys, that's just a little bit on fill in name right here, please.
Keem.
Keem. On Keem's car here. This thing is super sick. It is the Midnight Purple 2, right? Midnight Purple 2 color. It's purple when it's in good sunlight, and when it's like dark out, like night, it actually just looks black, like back there. So
he's planning on going Midnight Purple 3 with it.
Which is gonna be super
If you
sick.
can find someone to do a good job painting that, man, that's gonna be awesome. That's a beautiful color.
Yeah.
If you get a chance to see that color in person on a car, oof.
So guys, that's it for this. We're going to jump right back into the last section of Rudnick's car, and then we're just going to end it there, and that'll be it. We'll start on tomorrow, and we'll be back tomorrow. Okay guys, so what we got is the rear is all done. The front is mostly done. I have to go back and just check this one more time. But tomorrow I have to run to the drive shaft shop in the morning and go get Rudnick's drive shaft. And then we'll come back here and we'll do two things and we'll end up the video, and then we'll start on the video for the next day. So get out of here.
You know, just want to be friends.
And yeah, so we'll be back in the morning.